What is a CLD? A CLD stands for causal loop diagram, and it is a visual aid that is utilized to demonstrate how different variables in a system are interrelated. Causal loop diagrams can be used in many fields to demonstrate interactions in a system. All systems are comprised of different types of interactions, in which causal loop diagrams are able to visually represent.
What are the parts of a causal loop diagram? A causal loop diagram is composed of several closed cycles. Within each of these cycles and the overall CLD, there are symbols that get utilized to represent different changes in the system. These parts include a plus sign, a minus sign, arrows, and loops. All of these parts also have different meanings. A plus sign represents positive interactions, a minus sign represents negative interactions, an arrow represents the cause and effect of an action, and loops are visually represented by arrows moving in a circular manner with either a capital R or B inside of them. Furthermore, these parts have different purposes as well. The purpose of the arrows is to represent a relationship between the variables in a system, while the purpose of the loops are to visualize reinforcing or balancing feedback loops. Reinforcing feedback loops reinforce change with more change. This will often lead to exponential growth and is also known as positive feedback. On the other hand, balancing feedback loops are constantly attempting to reach a sort of equilibrium. If there is too much of something in a system, then the amount will decrease. While if there's not enough of something in a system, then the amount will increase. This is also known as negative feedback.
Now we're going to create a causal loop diagram. So to begin, you create your variable names. In this example, our variables are stress, drinking soda, health, and productivity. Then you go back and you draw links between your variable names. As you can see, I drew an arrow from stress to drinking soda, and then I labeled it with a positive sign or an S to show that increasing stress leads to drinking more soda. Between drinking soda and health, I drew an arrow with a negative sign to show that drinking soda decreases your health. Once all of your variables have arrows connecting them, you go back and you label your loops that you end up with. A B or a negative sign indicate a balancing loop, while an R or a positive sign indicate a reinforcing loop. And then once you're done with all of that, you go back and talk through your loops to double check and make sure they make sense, and you have a causal loop diagram.